Maybe Liz can answer this. What's a Stroopwafel?
Oh, my goodness gracious. I am trying to be on a program. Don't talk about Stroopwafels.
Well, what is it?
So good. It's kind of like a cookie cracker thing. And the first time I ever had one, it was on a flight, and they gave it to me as a little snack. But it has honey, and I think maybe some nuts in the middle of it. But I think it's Dutch.
Is it like a thin kind of cookie and looks like a waffle?
Very thin, like 2 cookies with stuff in the middle, but very, very, very thin.
Okay, well, Dunkin's added that to their menu in a donut.
Woo, yes.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious.
They have the Stroopwafel, and they have some brown sugar oat iced latte. Is the oat supposed to make it healthy?
I think is it oat milk? I think it's oat milk.
It says oat iced latte.
Well, I hope there's not little flecks of oats down around in it, because that would not come through the straw so well.
Yeah.
They could clump up.
The Quaker oats are floating around in the latte.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So there is a guy and his dog, and they were out hiking. Now, this is about 6,000 feet above sea level, and just to give a point of reference, Mount Everest is almost 30,000 feet. So it's a big mountain, but not...
It doesn't sound like it's around here.
Right. No, Croatia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very snowy. A lot of snow had fallen, but they're out, and this is something that they did fairly often. So no big deal. They're just out doing their little hike. They let a couple people know they were out there. But while they were hiking, the man fell and rolled down the mountain, got injured, and could not get himself back up the mountain. The dog, an Alaskan Malamute, stayed with him. Dog's name's North, and North just curled right up, laid on top of his owner, his hiker, and stayed with him for 13 hours.
Good.
He did have like GPS on him, so his friends, when he didn't check in and that kind of thing, and they went out looking for him, they were able to find him. But they said if North had not done that, if he had not laid on top of him and kept him warm, he definitely would have had hypothermia, possibly passed away.
Evidently, that's a dog that is bred to be out in that kind of weather.
Absolutely. Well, a Malamute, oh my goodness, those are gorgeous dogs.
I can't picture it.
It's sort of black and white. They're the ones with the, and I don't know if they're all black and white, but the bright blue eyes.
Is that like a husky?
Sled dogs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And North, this one in particular, he's got a little extra layering. He's a healthy dog.
So he's fed well.
Yes. And so he was able, you know what? That was probably in the plan the whole time. Eat a little bit extra. You're going to need it to keep him warm at some point.
Look at that. And now he's okay today.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
You can call it Scrabble. You can call it Word for Friends, but this is called Wordle?
It is called Wordle, which is a little odd for this game. But
Is it like Scrabble?
Kind of. I haven't played it, but the premise is you have 6 tries to guess a 5-letter mystery word, and from what I understand, you're looking for like green squares.
I'm out. If this is color oriented, I'm out.
I did think about that. If you're colorblind, this is not a game for you. But if you see the green square, it means you got the letter right, but it may not be in the right order.
Oh, okay. So this is nothing like Scrabble.
No. It's not like you get tiles or get, Words with Friends where they give you a certain amount of letters or anything like that.
Completely different. Okay.
It's almost like, to me, it feels like word search and Scrabble, meshed together. I don't know. I know that our video producers, Jake and Ninja, were playing it this morning, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and?
Yeah?
And we got it.
You figured it out, but you were frustrated this morning a little bit.
I was. Well, yeah, I was frustrated. But teamwork,
And then Jake came in and saved the day.
Yeah, he did.
Dun, dun, dun. But this guy came up with it during the pandemic just to pass the time, and now like 300,000 people are online playing it. It's not an app yet. It's an online game. You have to go onto the website to play.
Well, obsolete already.
Well, it'll be, I would think, if it continues to grow in popularity.
Only on a desktop. You have to have a desktop to play it. It's obsolete.
Yeah.
How do you get points?
You make sure to just type in the right word, and like every word or every letter that you get right, that's a point.
Was it something that you want to play again?
Yeah, I thought it would be a lot like what you said, the word search and the Scrabble and stuff. But I mean,
No. The question is, do you want to play it again?
as I said, yes.
It is yes.
Okay, well that's good, but it's not like I have to play this again. So,
Yeah.
but maybe, but it's getting really popular. So maybe we'll be playing Wordle. I hope they come up with a new. All I can think of is Squirtle from Pokemon. When I hear that.
Squirtle?
Yeah, because Jake actually said that, and I was like, you know what? Absolutely.
I have no idea.
You don't know what Squirtle is?
No.
Pokemon?
No, just give me checkers.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I am so glad there's a baby in our family now, so I can go shopping for this toy. His morning crew with Rob and Liz, his radio.
The old school Mr. Potato Head?
I love the old school Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head. And I think there was a Spud.
They're all fancy now.
Yeah.
Now there's a Star Wars version of Mr. Potato Head.
Yes.
And they call it the Yam DeLorean. Yam DeLorean.
Whoever is in their creative department needs a raise because that is fantastic.
Looks like the Mandalorian.
It
You
does.
take off the helmet, the dude has a mustache, and it carries around Baby Yoda.
Like in a little belt-like thing. It's the cutest. And Baby Yoda has the big Mr. Potato Head eyes, which is so cute. It's just the cutest thing.
Yeah. Jake gave it a nickname.
He did.
What was it, Jake?
So since it's Mr. Potato Head, I thought Baby Yoda could be Tater Tot.
Tater Tot.
That's my favorite. You need to go work for Hasbro.
No.
And name-
What are you doing?
Well, just-
pushing him out the door?
after 9.
After.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
That,
Are you okay?
I'm texting you. Hold on.
Why do you make sounds like that when you're texting? And she has no phone in her hand.
No. There's something new that maybe they're working on it from Google Glass. Do you remember those eyeglasses that Google tried to put out and they just didn't really go anywhere? They kind of failed. Yet now they're switching their game up and they're going to make texting with your tongue. It's a device where you text with your tongue. They have good reasoning behind it. Is
Okay.
people that cannot text, they have disabilities where they cannot actually use their hands
Oh,
to text.
okay.
Right?
All
So
right.
I totally get this. But they also said, if you're at a place where you can't talk on the phone, it's really, really loud, you could text somebody with your tongue. And I'm thinking, well, you can, if you have the ability, and it's a really loud place, you can still text with your fingers. So
That's true.
right? So, but they're working on it. But it's a whole contraption. It's like a thing that fits over your eye, and it's also a thing that fits on your tongue, and then it tracks the movements of your tongue to figure out which letter you're trying to get to. And I'm like, that's a whole process.
So people will see that you have this in your mouth.
It hangs out of your mouth.
Oh, it does.
Down past your chin, and it almost looks like a really long. What kind of beard is that? It's
Goatee.
Well, is it that points that comes down to a point?
That's what I see as a goatee.
But it's like almost down past your neck. So to text somebody without using my fingers, I'm not putting this in my mouth.
Really?
And you got to move your tongue around. It's weird. It's odd.
It is.
And I wonder how much it's going to cost.
I don't care because I'm going to pass on that
Me
one.
too.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Hey, when you're cleaning things out, let's say you're cleaning out the attic or stuff that's hanging around in the garage, you do several things. Either you throw it away, give it to a thrift store, or have a garage sale. Well, here's a couple that had a garage sale and they put several things out, and then one person went up to them and said, listen, I have to point this out. You have no idea what you have right here that you're selling for $1.
Yeah, Bruce is one of these early bird guys. He gets out really early and starts shopping. He saw some baseball bats, like a bunch of them, just kind of under a table, and they were $1 a piece. So he starts thumbing through them. He's always looking for a good deal. So he thumbs through, and he says, you know what? I think that bat is something special.
It was a thinner bat, and he pointed it out to the people selling it. He scratched it off, and Jackie Robinson's name is on the bat. Legendary in baseball.
Yeah. And the woman who had the yard sale, her uncle had been a Major League Baseball player and had played right beside Jackie Robinson. And that's how he came, to have it in his possession.
That's how he got the bat.
Yeah.
By the way, the uncle's name in baseball was Lefty Joe.
Lefty Joe.
Lefty Joe.
I have to say, I've never heard of him, but at the same time, must have been a pretty good player to be playing right beside Jackie Robinson.
And the thing is, the guy who pointed it out to the couple that was selling it in the garage sale was like, he could have picked it up for $1 and made a lot of money. But instead, he's like, listen, this bat right here is worth more than $1. Why don't you take it off the garage sale and look into this?
Wow, I just think that's awesome that he turned it in like that because he could have gotten quite a deal.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a lot of people that have taken their decorations down. Some that have kept them up.
Yeah.
Not everybody. Ours came down by default because the outside of our house, the icicles, because of the wind, beginning of the week, came half down. So we didn't turn on the lights again. And the next day, Amy said, take them down, Rob. Completely take them down.
But how long would you have kept them up if they hadn't?
On a normal occasion, usually the day after, New Year's Day, we take them down.
That's about when we do as well. I will say we do have one still on the porch.
This year, we were going to keep them up until this weekend.
Oh, you were?
So because Amy was out of town.
Oh, okay.
The last week of the year was Spencer visiting Jackson in Florida. So we were going to keep them up, and now they're down. A few are up, and some people have different thoughts about it.
On my way to work, I see a couple of houses still have them not only up, but they are on, and they are shining bright. It doesn't bother me.
I like it.
I have no problem with it at all. Me personally, I'm ready to turn that page and just, get on with the new year. But if you do, hey, more power to you. I love it.
Yeah, love to hear from you, too. 800-447-7234.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
This year's a little different than other years. People keeping their decorations up a little longer past Christmas. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio.
Amy texted and said, my mom's Christmas tree is still up. They haven't done their mom's side of the family Christmas get-together yet.
Really?
So they're leaving it up. And she said, it's just so pretty. So she enjoys it totally.
I wonder when that's going to happen.
I know, like mid-February?
Extending Christmas into mid-February. How nice is that? Do it on Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Call it Christmas Valentine's. Why not, huh? Kelly's here at 800-447-7234. What about you, Kelly?
Every year I keep our Christmas tree up until after my birthday, which is January 11th, so me and the Lord can celebrate our birthdays together.
When did you start doing this? How did this become a thing?
When I became adult, moved out on my own, I just love the Christmas tree. I love just looking at it and, at night just laying on the couch looking at it and reflecting and just having some peace and quiet with the Lord. And when I became an adult, moved out on my own, I just kept it up till after my birthday every year.
I would think you have an artificial tree.
No, ma'am. We just keep it watered really good.
How many pine needles are on the ground now?
Well, there is some because we usually put our tree up the day after Thanksgiving, that weekend. So there is some, but my husband, he tries to help me keep it watered really well, so it's not too bad. But it is pretty dried out by the time January 11th comes around.
Well, Kelly, an early happy birthday to you.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
What about those Christmas decorations? It seems like people are keeping them up just a little bit longer. It's Rob and Liz on his radio.
Beth texted and said, my husband spent Christmas in the hospital. He was in quarantine with COVID, so we felt like we never got to really fully enjoy Christmas. So the Christmas tree is still up, and they're going to celebrate Christmas tomorrow. Christmas movies, the hot chocolate, like all the candy, all the good stuff tomorrow.
I'm so grateful your husband's better.
I am too.
Sorry you had to go through that during the Christmas season, but now it's going to be so much sweeter.
I know.
2 Christmases in 2022. Way to go. That's how you pull that off. Here's Anita at 800-447-7234. What about you?
I have a sister who keeps hers up, and she has white light. And she decorates it for seasons. Like she puts little Valentine things on it at Valentine's Day, then St. Patrick's Day, Easter, things like that, so that they can enjoy it year-round.
I've heard of a lot of people doing that.
Yeah, I love that, to keep up at least one tree throughout the year. Keeps the season going.
Yeah, one's good. I couldn't do one in every room, though.
Girl, no.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
This is probably not going to be a shock to you. No, they've come up with a smart collar for your dog.
I love this idea.
I don't know if you're going to like the way it looks. It's big.
It
I mean,
is.
it's a really big collar, but it's more than just like my thought would be smart collar, a GPS so you can find your dog if it runs away. More than that, it's also heart health and activity. So you see how healthy your dog's heart is and how much activity your dog really is getting. Plus the GPS. So if the dog gets loose, runs out of the backyard, gets off the chain, or busts through the fence, jumps over the thing, you'll be able to find it with an app, which is
figure it
nice.
out. Well, I would like to have Charlie, our golden doodle, on one of these smart collars. I feel like she's a lion, like she sleeps 23 and a half hours a day. If you get still, this girl drops straight to the ground and is snoozing.
That's a gift.
It is.
I wish I could just drop and fall asleep like that at a command, at a notice, just like that.
But I feel like she's not getting any exercise. Poor thing.
Well, this summer they're coming out. They're going to be like $99 and then $13 for the subscription for the GPS.
Per month. Mm-hmm. So a little pricey.
Yeah.
But if, to keep up with your dog, our Pomeranian gets out all the time. Never
so
once.
that would be beneficial for you.
Oh, it'd be very beneficial.
I wouldn't get it for my dogs because they don't, well, they haven't. They haven't gotten loose.
They haven't?
No, they stick
Really?
around with us, which is good.
Charlie's been waking up like at 2 o'clock in the morning and wanting to canvass the neighborhood. I don't know what she's doing. I need the other neighborhood dogs to tell me what she's up to.
So you let your dog out so it can roam the neighborhood?
Joey does. Not to roam the neighborhood, like so she can go out and take care of business.
Mm-hmm.
But she gets out there and gets really distracted and just starts, wandering, meandering. And we live way out in the country, so it's not bothering anybody, so.
Yeah. Well, but you got to then go and find the dog.
No, he stands at the door at 2 o'clock in the morning with her
Joey does.
squeak toy. Yes.
Oh.
Squeaks her toy.
And she comes running back, huh?
So neighbors, I'm sorry about the squeak toy.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
How about winning free ice cream for life? The rest of your life. All you have to do is guess what the flavor is, and then you could win.
I don't like things like that at all. I want to know what I'm about to
Oh,
taste.
when people ask me, what do you think that tastes like? I always get it wrong. I don't know.
Some people have a really discerning palate and can figure out those.
Not me.
Oh,
I can't.
It has a hint of ginger and it has, nuances of vanilla. And I'm like,
I can't taste it. Sometimes I'll go, does it got peanut butter in it? Sometimes I'm right and I'm completely wrong.
Yeah.
That's about it. The company's called Turkey Hill. I've never heard of this ice cream. And I never would have thought a company by the name of Turkey Hill would make ice cream. I would think, Thanksgiving.
I think it's their farm. I think it's the name of their farm. I can't remember. I've had it. Their mint chocolate chip is delish. It's really good.
So they have like Turkey Hill milk?
I think they have Turkey Hill milk, and they do ice cream and maybe a couple of other products, but
Why don't they call it Turkey Hill Farms? That would make sense to me.
I don't know.
And now I just think Thanksgiving every time I see this thing.
You think turkey ice cream or turkey milk?
Yeah, my guess would be turkey.
No. Well, it might be. It could be turkey
That would be
flavored
disgusting.
ice cream. But they have a contest, and it runs for the next couple of weeks or whatever. And yeah, like you say, if you can figure out what the mystery flavor is, I just don't like things that are mystery flavor because I'm so afraid it's going to be disgusting.
It could be.
Oh.
It could be like the Bean Boozled game. Right?
Oh, I've never played it. My boys have had those things and tried to get me to.
My first Bean Boozled?
Yeah. No.
Barf.